But going from these explosive, color palette, lively, wily videos, my favorite video being an emo boy from the early 2000s was Mehram. And
Ah, it's my favorite.
Mehram mein, I was like, that was the first video that I saw because it was also one of the earlier songs. And again, I wasn't super familiar with your body of work and stuff, but I saw it and I'm like, bro, ye Hashim Ali hoga. And then you were in the BTS and I was like, bas ji maine keh diya. But how that's a very sad song, sure. And you
I
go
love it.
about talking about, the two rooms and the parallels between the singers, but it's very dark and sad and melancholy. What was what was the idea behind how was that easy for you to bring out?
Of course, one thing that very few people know about me growing up, I used to love listening to Evanescence.
Right, of
I was a
course.
huge Evanescence fan. I
Wow,
was a
yeah.
huge Nightwish fan. I was a huge Within Temptation fan. I wanted to be a vampire. This is before, by the way, this is
Of
before the
course.
Twilight era. So this is like Interview the Vampire shit, you know. So I wanted to be like Lestat, and I would not go out in the sun. And
Right.
I had this group of friends in Rome, and we would like wear black clothes, and like so I was all there. So
Yeah.
Mehram was like, like it's me. It's like me. So and I'm a very emotional human being as well. So I think when I listen to it, and Aruj Aftab's voice and Asfar's voice just does something to me. I've listened to both of them separately as well, and I worked quite a few times with Bayan as well, which Asfar leads. So it was so I think उसमें कुछ भी नहीं. It was just कि मेरे साथ ये होता है when I get a project, I just don't instantly jump to what the end visual is going to be. I always say कि अच्छा ये है तो ये यहाँ से कहाँ जा सकता है. My way of thinking is that आई गो फ्रॉम यहाँ से वहां पहुंच जाऊं, वहां से यहाँ आ जाऊं. मुझे नहीं पता एंड कहाँ पे होगा. मुझे कई दफा बिल्कुल नहीं पता होता. सो महरम के साथ ये हुआ था. मुर्तजा जो उसके डायरेक्टर थे, ही सेंट मी द सॉन्ग एंड ही से हाशिम ये गाना है, ये करना है. एंड आई वाज लाइक ओके. एंड इन्होंने कहा कि मैं चाहता हूँ कि दो स्पेसेस हों और वो बस उसके बाद दूसरे बैक स्पेस पे चले जाएं. मैंने ये सोचा हुआ गाने को विजुअलाइज किया. लाइक ओके. And I forgot about the song that it existed and it was there and I was supposed to work on it. And मैंने सुना भी नहीं. एंड उसके बाद उनका एक दफा आया कि हाशिम ब्रो लाइक मतलब 2 दिन गुजर गए, कुछ सोचा है. तो आई वाज ड्राइविंग समवेयर, रात का वक्त है, 9-10 बज रहे थे. आई वाज लाइक लेट मी जस्ट पुट इट ऑन. आई पुट इट ऑन इन माय कार. I listened to it once, I listened to it twice, I listened to it thrice, and I messaged Murtaza Bhai and I said, I don't think I can give you anything right now. I think I'm just too lost in this song. I think I
Yeah.
need to like cut this song multiple times to figure out कि क्या हुआ है मेरे साथ. And I think the music created the visual, to be honest. Like the music is so dark in the sense that you can understand that somebody has seen the edge of life and come back from it, and you can see that somebody is calling out to a mehram. And the beautiful thing about the word mehram was it is not your lover, it is not वो जो रूमी के quotations नहीं हम देखते, इसमें मैं अक्सर पढ़ता हूँ उसके नीचे लिखा, he's not talking about your ex-boyfriend, he's
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about God, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So mehram is anything that was close to you that doesn't exist for you anymore. And the beauty that I felt was that it could be your grandmother who's passed away. It could be your family member who went away and never came back. It could be somebody you lost. It could be your lover. It could be a child that somebody lost. It could be anybody who could have or was your mehram and is not there anymore. So the song just opened up so many doors for me. And I think one of my favorite lines in it is जो अरूज कहती है, which actually became the center point of all the visual language, um, was कितनी करूं इल्तिजा चांद से साथ की. And I remembered this story that my visual art teacher actually told us when we were studying, I think Sindhi stories पढ़ रहे थे. तो she said there's a story of चकोर and चांद, कि हमारी एक लोकल स्टोरी है कि चकोर बर्ड होता है और वो चांद को देखता है और कहते हैं चांद के पास उड़ के जाना है, पर वो कभी जा नहीं पाता है. तो एक वो सैड एक स्टोरी है that distance that the bird feels. And usi se then I thought of the moon. And scientifically, they say that the moon was a part of the Earth, and then
Yep.
when the collision hit, the moon went away.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine, he's a very he's an amazing director and a storyteller, Daniel Hassan. He said to me once, I remember, that do you know the beauty of the moon and the waves? Because रात को कहते हैं waves ऊंची हो जाती हैं. And he said it's so beautiful that it almost feels like the waves are reaching out to the moon कि हमें वापस जाना है, वो मेरा हिस्सा बन जाए दोबारा से, but you can't reach that. So that's, and then suddenly you feel that space between the two people. So I think वो वहां से start हुआ था, and then the color paletting, again वो visual communication की sense है, that you understand कि emotion ये तो obviously it can't be like a bright and happy thing. And the song was just so beautifully laid out with the lyrics and the visual that it just, I think, was the easiest song to design for, to be honest. Maybe because of my Nightwish and Evanescence history, but I think it was so easy to design. And then the fact that it just, honestly, to this day, मुझे अभी मैं मिला था 2 दिन पहले जुल्फी भाई and Vijaya से, so I said to them that, to this day, they're like, oh, Pasoori, this and that. I was like, yeah, Pasoori is amazing, but I still love Mehram.
Yeah.
And they were like, still, I was like, I can never unlove that song. I think that song is my favorite. I can listen to it every day. I can cry to it every day because it just does something to you. It is so honest.
You said that when you got Pasoori, it was just the beat, and you had to extrapolate from that, perhaps. And because the lyrics to BTS में पता चलते हैं कि end वक्त तक they're being finalized. Mehram, did you get it like fully fledged, and then you were able to split?
So Mehram का इस तरह से था because Aruj was obviously in America, so I think they worked from afar. But lyrics आ चुके से, so I had Asfar's lyrics, I had Aruj's lyrics. तो जिसका end part है ना, जहाँ वो दोनों इकट्ठे गा रहे थे, वो मैंने नहीं सुना, तो मैंने on the day सुना था actually, जिस दिन shoot था. तो वो जो था ना, वो मैंने नहीं सुना, तो अभी भी जब मैं गाना सुनता हूँ ना, बिकॉज मैंने ओरिजिनल तो मैं उसको नहीं बोलूंगा, डेमो बोलूंगा. डेमो में इतनी दफा सुना हुआ है कि मुझे बड़ा अजीब सा लगता है एकदम से दोनों क्यों गा रहे हैं, बिकॉज मेरे माइंड में गाना चलता है, उसके बाद बस बीट कंटिन्यू होती रहती है, एंड इट एंड्स. सो उसमें लिरिक्स थे, बिकॉज लिरिक्स डिड, ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग, दैट सॉन्ग वाज द वन जिसके लिरिक्स एंड द म्यूजिक बिकेम द बेसिस ऑफ द विजुअल फॉर दैट सॉन्ग.
एग्जैक्टली. Yeah, because that's how you came to Asfar ka room, where he's trying to preserve everything, and
Aruj वो उसके अंदर बातों में वो जो बोल रहा है वो यही है, उसके लिरिक्स एक पहले मैंने अरूज का लिरिक जब मुझे चकोर का मिल गया था ना, so I was like, मुझे चकोर की बात समझ आ गई, इसका मतलब असफर भी कुछ बोल रहा है. फिर मैंने जाके असफर की बात सुनी, बिकॉज अरूज's voice honestly like does something to me. मैं उसके कब से गाने सुनता आ रहा हूँ, और उसके हर गाने इवन विद मोहब्बत, और वो जिस तरह से वो गाने के अंदर she's amazing. Like I don't know how else to put it, and it was such an honor to work with her. And uski jab meri lyrics pakad li na, then I went back and I listened to what Asfar was saying, and I was like, he's just talking about preserving memories. He's that person who's saying ke tum chale gaye ho, but मैं किसी ना तुम्हें बस रोक लूं, तुम्हें ना जाने दूं. And then the fact that he's talking about कि मैंने कितनी मतलब मैं अकेला अपने साहिबान को ढूंढी जा रहा हूँ, and वो साहिबान को ढूंढने का concept जो है वो यही है that बुलबुल जो होता है, बुलबुल पेड़ में होता है, bird. So I was like, if there's a bird, so he can be a bird. And they're both songbirds, they're singing but in separate spaces and stuck. And बुलबुल जो होता है, अगर उसको अपना पार्टनर ना मिले तो वो रोता है, वो खुश नहीं होता, वो रोता है, उसको ढूंढता है, तो हमेशा पेड़ में आपको बुलबुल नजर आता है. सो उसका यही था कि उस बुलबुल ने अगर अपना पेड़ भूल गया है तो किधर जाएगा, तो वो उसी की तलाश में, और उसने सब कुछ रोक के बैठा हुआ कि शायद कोई कभी वापस आ जाएगा. एंड अरूज की तरफ इफ यू लुक एट इट, तो उसके फ्लोर पे सारे भी ब्रिलियंट आर्ट डायरेक्टर उमर बट ऑन इट, एंड एंड उसके नीचे पूरी आप देखेंगे कि ग्लास जार्स में कैंडल्स हैं, और उसका वो सिर्फ somebody would see it as ग्लास जार में कैंडल्स है, उसका कॉन्सेप्ट यहाँ से निकला था that she wants the moon, but the moon is not with her, so she's preserving these light in these jars. और उसमें कुछ jars खाली हैं because she said कि मैं इतना रोई हूँ कि आंसू निकलना बंद हो गए. So some of those jars are almost dirty, as if उसमें कुछ था और वो खत्म हो चुका है, like dry हैं बिल्कुल. So there's a sense of dryness in her space as well, and there's a half moon window at the back. तो उसकी स्पेस भी राउंडेड है ज्यादा, मून की शेप पे, that she's stuck at the attic, which is the top part of the house, so she's trying to reach the moon but she can't, she's closed down. So so उसमें छोटे ईस्टर एग्स थे जो which was for us. So वही जो बात जब लोग कहते हैं ना, ओ तो आपको लगा सारा समझ आ गया होगा सबको. So I'm like, but you felt it, right? You felt something from that because there was a thought behind it, because we felt it, and I felt it, and the art director felt it, and everybody felt it.